Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Shaunneka and today I'll be guiding you through a yin yoga sequence for your hips. So this is going to be a shorter practice. We will only be moving through 3 postures. We will be holding each posture for approximately 5 to 6 minutes in length each. So this is a really great practice to do first thing in the morning, before you go to bed, and also really great if you are doing this post-workout. I know for some of us, even in a 3-minute hold, 4-minute hold, it takes us maybe that long, maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes, to actually start settling into a pose. So a longer holds practice is really great because it allows you to not only first to settle, but then there are those extra few minutes where you can really steep and dive deep into the pose. No props are needed, and our first posture will be child's pose. So finding a tabletop position, bringing your knees wide and big toes to touch at the back. Send your hips back into that saddle you've created with your feet and walking your hands all the way towards the top of the mat. You're bringing your left cheek to the floor. So really just allowing everything to be soft here. Softening through the shoulders, the belly, and the hips. So we've come about halfway. Let's go ahead and turn our gaze to the opposite side. Coming into our last few breaths here, bringing the forehead to the floor, finding the length through the fingertips, reaching the tailbone towards the heels. Making these your deepest breaths. Let's take our last 2 breaths. A nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. Gently lift the gaze, push into the palms, walk the forearms back in, and maybe just lean forward, close the knees, draping the belly on the thighs. Just take a moment here, stack fist on fist. Making your way on up, your way into frog from here. So back in that tabletop position, you're going to open up your knees nice and wide as they can go for you, paralleling your shins. So your shins are parallel to the side of your mat. Your toes and your knees are pointing in the same direction. Coming down onto your forearms. As you come down onto your forearms, instead of rocking forward, you're actively, very gently pushing back. So pushing your hips back behind you. And you'll notice that there's sort of a wall there, that wall of tension. That's where you want to be. Allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Let the belly go. And let the gripping of the inner thighs release. And if you do find that the mind begins to wander, always coming back to the breath. I like to do counts of 4, so I count to 4 on my inhale. And I count 4 on my exhale. So frog in particular is a very intense pose, as I'm sure you're noticing. The key is to find comfort in that discomfort that you're feeling. So never should it be painful. But it indeed may feel uncomfortable. Really massaging out that tension with breath. Making our way into our last few breaths. You can stay here, or maybe open up your elbows a little bit wider, or maybe bring your chest to the floor without compromising the level of your hips. So this is just a little too intense for me right now. Just stay on my forearms. Last few breaths. Let's take our last 2 breaths. Inhale. And release. One more inhale. And exhale. Very gently begin to rock forward all the way onto your belly. You can leave your legs out wide. Stack palm on palm. And just take a moment. You can stay with your legs wide, or you can begin to shimmy them closed. And noticing what's happening inside. Maybe maybe areas of tension feel like they've moved. And gently now, bend the knees and windshield wiper them from side to side. Or maybe you just shimmy your hips from side to side. That feels better. And when you're ready, pushing into your palms. And from here, we'll make our way onto our seat, extending the legs forward. We'll find our forward fold from here, caterpillar. So moving the fleshy parts from out underneath you, and then bringing your feet into a slight V shape. This is going to feel really nice. We've just been doing a lot of hip opening, so this is going to be a nice way to kind of turn in, and it'll feel really nice on the hamstrings. So nice big inhale, and when you're ready, finding your version of the pose. And really letting go the head and the neck. And you may still even be feeling the after effects from frog. With the new sensations that you are feeling in the hamstrings. Making our way into our last few breaths. Maybe walking your hands a little bit closer to your feet, or maybe you just make any minor adjustment for yourself. Nice deep breaths into the back body. Take our last 2 breaths here. Inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. Gently roll yourself all the way back up. Give yourself a moment here. You can bring your hands behind you. Bend the knees. And just allow yourself to sink back. We'll make our way onto our backs. Come to lay all the way down onto the mat. Take a brief twist. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Gently drop your knees to the left and gaze to the right. Come back through center, other side, dropping both knees to the right. And gaze to the left. Bring your gaze back towards the ceiling, drawing your knees back in and up. Take some nice rocks on the low back here. Squeeze into a nice tight ball. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Draw your knees in towards your chest. You can wrap your arms around your knees. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. For 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Finding your Savasana. Place your hands on the belly. staying here for as long as you'd like. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I will see you back here again soon. Have a wonderful day.